Hello and welcome to the Music Shack Podcast. This is episode number 34. This week you're joined by myself, Bruce.
Ron.
And Ed. Shout out to the 70s. Anyway.
Okay. They want their hair back.
Bruce's album sounded pretty damn 70s. My album was definitely disco inspired.
Yes.
Yes.
So
He even says that too. Like,
I don't know what you're talking about. He never mentions disco at all in that shit. At all, for sure. I listened to the album many a times. Many a times.
So why don't we get
Sober,
started on...
most of the times.
I don't believe that.
I believe none of that.
Am I ever sober? Anyway. Edit point.
Anyway,
On to the artist charts here. What do you say? Or no? Yes?
You want to start yours?
Sure, yeah. All right. Number one is Taylor Swift. This is according to Billboard artist charts. Number 2 is The Weeknd. Number 3 is Morgan Wallen. Number 4 is Ariana Grande. Number 5 is BTS. Number 6 is Luke Combs. Number 7 is Juice WRLD. May he rest in peace. Number 8 is Billie Eilish. Number 9. I said it wrong.
No, you didn't.
I didn't?
No.
I said it right? All right, cool. Number 9 is Dua Lipa, however you want to say it. I've heard it said 4 different ways, I'm being honest. Anyway, and number 10 is Pop Smoke, May he rest in peace. All right, what's the proper grammatical...
It's Dua Lipa. I'm pretty sure it's Dua
Okay,
Lipa.
yeah, say it. All right, cool.
All right.
I said it right the second time, so it counts. It was the first.
No. Well, in Ed's terms, maybe.
Yes.
Maybe.
Because I'll edit out the fuck up for sure.
Yes.
And it won't sound weird at all.
Exactly.
All right.
So-
On to...
You want to go?
We'll go into the Hot 100, according to Billboard, as of February 27th. So at number 1, we got Driver's License by Olivia Rodrigo. At number 2, we got 34 plus 35 by Ariana Grande. At 3, we've got a new entry by Little TJ called Calling My Phone. At 4, we've got Blinding Lights by The Weeknd. At 5, we've got Up by Cardi B. At 6, we got Save Your Tears by The Weeknd. 7, we've got Mood by 24K Golden. 8, we've got Go Away by Chris Brown. 9, we've got Levitating by Dua Lipa. And at 10, we got Positions by Ariana Grande.
Wait, you said Chris Brown?
Yes, Chris Brown.
Okay. That's not a name I would think I'd hear on the charts again.
Why is that?
It was,
I haven't really heard anything noteworthy of it.
It was
him
at a peak-
doing music in general lately.
it was at a peak of 5, and last week it was at 7.
That's interesting. Okay. So moving on to our Billboard 200, which is our general chart, we have number 1 still is Morgan Wallen with Dangerous, the double album.
Fuck 'em.
Up to number 2 is The Weeknd with After Hours. Up to number 3 is Lil Durk with The Voice. Up to number 4 is Pop Smoke with Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon. Up to number 5 is Pooh Shiesty with Shiesty Season. Up to 6 is Taylor Swift with Evermore. Up to 7 is Dua Lipa with Future Nostalgia.
Is that which version?
It just says Future Nostalgia.
All right, so the original. Because there's 3 versions of that album. I can't wait for hip hop to start doing that. Because you know how they're giving you the deluxe now,
Right.
which is like 20 songs that couldn't make the cut.
So then you have a 40-track set list.
Yeah, and like, you know, I'm waiting for hip hop to go. Oh shit! You're telling me I can put out 3 versions of the same album just with different mixing on the drums? What? Vanessa.
Down to number 8 is The Weeknd with The Highlights, so he's on here twice.
There you go. Shout out
Would
to
you
the
look at
weekend.
that?
Down to number 9 is Ariana Grande with Positions. And down to number 10 is Juice WRLD with Legends Never Die.
Amen.
So, we keep saying this, but I'm so glad Pop Smoke and Juice WRLD are still on the charts in the top 10 on all of them. It's just impressive. So whose album do we want to start with this week? Because we all had something relatively pretty good.
Mm-hmm. I can start off with Sugar Deluxe.
There we go.
So, I brought along Sugar Deluxe by the Orion Experience. Very well.
Yes.
Hold on, let's see.
I have a grammatical correction, but I'm not gonna say it.
Please do.
It's not. It's Orion. Anyway,
Grammar
By the-
Nazi Ron.
you're right. I
The
am.
Orion experience.
Thank you.
There you go.
But
But I love this album.
I love their record label name, Sweet Records.
Yeah, it's very nice.
I like the first track a lot. I think that's my favorite one.
Yeah, that one's really good.
I like them all. I really do like them all, but I think my favorite is going to be Lower East Side Love Song.
Hmm. And I think Vampire's a really good one as well.
Vampire is good.
I kind of enjoyed Sugar. Not gonna lie.
I think Roller Coaster was my other standout.
Yeah, that one was really good
But
as well.
yeah, it had a 70s vibe to it, and
But I have to
Shout out
say,
to the 70s.
I have to say, I was very excited to see that they dropped this because I've actually been a fan of their stuff for a while. Just starting off from "The Cult of Dionysus," which is one of their most famous songs.
It's also they only have 2 albums, and they're doing really well.
Oh, that was only their second album?
They actually got 3.
I only saw 2.
Back in 2006, they dropped "Cosmic Candy," and in 2013, they dropped "Children of the Stars."
Yeah, okay, I do see that one.
Yeah, shout
Okay,
out
so-
to the process, though.
Yeah.
There's
either
something to like taking time with making an album.
Yeah,
And just
You know.
knowing what you want to make.
Yeah.
that's why I like Shinedown's approach.
What-
They do an album every other 3 or 4 years.
What I liked about it was a lot of times with music you hear today and you sit down and listen to an album, pieces of the last song you listened to wind up in the song you're currently listening to.
Mm-hmm.
And it like makes it a little harder to decipher song from song because people are putting together albums in a couple months.
Yeah,
Like taking the time to sit there and make an album and try to make everything feel like each song has its own identity. There's something to be said for that.
yeah, and a good example of something like that is or like that someone takes the time to do it is, like I said, you look at Shinedown. Shinedown is notorious for having an album like every other 3 or 4 years, and we had Threat to Survival in 2015, and then 4 years later, almost 5, we ended up getting Attention, and it's so well put together. I can't think of a single song that is not a standout or a weak point for the album. And album pacing is definitely a thing where you have, if you have all the hits like back to back to back, and the rest of the album is kind of weak in comparison, it's not that great of a listen.
I hate when they do that.
Attention is a masterpiece through and through. There is not a single song to me, in my opinion, that is not a banger on that album.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
The only reason why I hate when they do that, like when the singles are the only bangers on the album, because it's kind of like when you watch like a trailer for a movie, and all the funny parts
are in the trailer.
are in the trailer, and you're like,
The rest of the movie is kind of just
yeah,
mediocre. But anyway, moving from our tangent back to what we're actually trying to talk about.
what are we talking about? What is this? Anyway,
Sugar Deluxe by the Orion Experience. It was, like I said, I enjoyed it more so than I thought I was going to. I think the first track was definitely like an indication of that for me. And then as we go through it, it's like it was a little bit more relaxed. But I mean, just overall that 70s vibe, like you were saying before the show. And then I also had stated that I felt it, like in tonality of the vocals, there was like a doo-wop vibe to it, which I grew up listening to doo-wop just because my aunt used to listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever she would babysit me, she always had it playing. So I've just been exposed to it. So yeah, I definitely caught that. It was nice to hear. Yeah, I don't really have any complaints.
Metalhead Ron trying to lose his metal card.
Trust me, I won't lose that, but I will definitely give credit where credit's due for any artist who does well.
Oh shit. Where we going?
Well,
We sticking with the 70s?
sticking with the 70s. Go ahead.
Gotta.
All right. S.J. Lewis dropped Times. It's a very much so disco-inspired electronic album.
It didn't feel like electronic music to me though. It felt more of a pop-esque type of thing with disco elements instead.
It's because there's a lot of singing
That
less,
might be it.
less leaning on the instrumental, more
That might be it.
leaning on the vocals.
I just feel like most of the instrumentals didn't sound distinct enough for it to be categorized as electronic. But I could be wrong.
I actually heard 2 of the songs off this album. Well, the one I heard months before I even knew this guy was putting out an album, and that was Time.
Right.
And when I heard that, I was like, "Isn't this by somebody else?" Like, because I heard it months ago and
Right.
like completely forgot about it, and then I heard it again, and I'm like,
And this is his debut album,
"Yeah,
and he's got something going.
yeah."
I would say stick in his direction, but knowing how this album was paced, I don't think he's gonna do that, which is perfectly fine. Definitely experiment. You're an artist, what you're supposed to do.
Yes, experimentation is key,
Yes,
Mhm.
very
despite
much.
what people say.
Very much.
Play Freebird. One more I heard 2 weeks ago. Loved it from the start. Only because there's a lyric in there.
That's
Ed with his
I didn't
obscure lines.
I didn't even notice it the first time through until you guys talked about it
Bro,
because I just wasn't paying enough attention.
I know you can't stay here forever. I know you got friends in the bathroom stall. What the fuck does that even mean?
But please stay for this one more song. Like,
It's like, what is that supposed to mean?
what is the context?
And why aren't you trying to join her friends in the bathroom stall? That's what I want to know.
Right.
I'm assuming they're at a club. And anyway, so anyway,
Just add that to your repertoire of obscure lyrics.
it is. It's been there for the past 2 weeks. Oh shit! But I really enjoyed it. Chemicals is another song that
Chemicals
stood
was
out to
good.
me.
Yeah. Chemicals was good.
I might be seeing double, but I need you both. Yeah. Love that fucking song.
Yeah, it's. I can't think of any complaints that I have with it.
Heartbreak on the Dance Floor was another good one. But
Mhm.
that was more or less pop.
Yeah.
Like start to finish felt like
That
a
was a
pop
pop song.
song,
Mhm.
but still really good song.
So, moving from that, I brought you guys an album by Nothing Nowhere called Trauma Factory, which was a rap album, but at the same time it was also a punk album mixed with like attributes of new metal.
That's why it's called that's why it's called alternative, Ron.
Yeah, I know. But like,
Because like
you can't really you can't pinpoint what the hell this is. You can pinpoint inspiration. You cannot pinpoint what the hell this is. And I love it.
yeah,
And I gave you guys the long one this time,
Yeah.
which doesn't ever happen.
but I don't care. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Definitely the singles on this album are definitely standouts, but I feel like the whole thing is a bunch of standouts. I really liked Pretend. And I think Blood was another one of my favorites.
I liked Upside Down,
That's a good one.
probably for the line "Go fuck myself" or something like that. Like what was he saying? Hold on, let me check it. Anyway, wasn't long enough.
You told me I should go fuck myself. Maybe I should go fuck myself.
Yeah, there we go.
And I love the delivery of it too.
Yeah.
It's just like the way that it's said. It just sounds like it's like, oh, that's just his internal thoughts.
Yeah, I love this album. I played this like a couple different times. Since I recommended it for like 3 days, I played it at least once.
Yeah, I'm adding it to my list.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, I'm going to sit down and I'll go through and I'll make like a top 10 2021 albums.
This is gonna be in it 100%.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
For sure. And I'm going to just see what's there at the end
Right.
of the year.
Me being biased, there was a Linkin Park reference in it that I loved.
Linkin Park reference.
But
Well, of course.
That's what he just said.
among other groups, but it was it was good. What, 15 songs, only 42 minutes, so like some of them were probably like what 2 minutes and 40 seconds.
Yeah, but
Roughly,
really,
but it's so good.
really enjoyable album.
This was well put together. And it's also on the Fueled by Ramen record label, so
Fueled by Ramen.
That
Yes.
is. Oh.
that is the record label for Panic and Fall Out Boy and various other groups.
Really?
I believe Fall Out Boy's on that one anyway.
No shit.
I think they still are. But yeah, no. So that record label puts out some really good. They have some really good musicians and artists on there. But I think I'll give you guys a single as well this week. Which was... Yes, I did. I gave you guys Clouds by NF.
I forgot to check it out. I was planning on it, and then like
If you like very depressing rap...
I
then
know NF. I also know what he's categorized as. Well, not categorized as, but like what people nicknamed him.
Yeah.
Eminem Light.
Not at all. Flow-wise, sure, and in lyricism, maybe. But like for what he talks about, it's completely different.
Yeah, he's more on like the emotional side of shit.
Yes.
Which I like.
And I only know who he is because I have a friend in Cali who loves NF. And I found that's how I found
Are
the
you
song.
trying to steal my job?
No,
You just smacked the microphone.
I did. I smacked it like 3 different times.
Oh my god, this
Oh
guy's
my
after
God,
my
he's-
job.
Doing it.
He's gonna be editing the podcast next, and I'm gonna be talking about metal.
I knew this song came out only because Nick Nocturnal actually did a review on it.
Really?
Did a reaction to it. Which was cool to see. And I immediately sent it to my friend. I'm like, here, this is the thing, by the way. And she like, I'm pretty sure she was like ecstatic, or on the other side of the phone. So yeah, it was very well put together. It's definitely NF in terms of his lyrics, in terms of his flow. I love the build up, and I just love his delivery. So I'm very excited for this. Technically, it's an album, but he in parentheses has it called mixtape. It's called Clouds, the mixtape. So I'm curious to what else is going to be on this. We already know that there's a remix of Clouds, and there's another song called Paid My Dues, which I also love. So I'm very curious to see how the rest of it turns out when it does drop. And I will probably be putting that one up as my highlight for when it does. And I believe that covers our weekly stuff that we bring to the table.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Unless anybody got anything else to bring up.
Actually,
so.
I've just found
You know,
out
his
about
album wasn't weekly. It was a couple weeks ago, but it's all good.
Okay.
that.
Yeah, it was released the 14th.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's okay. It's all good. It's something we missed.
It's okay.
Yeah,
It's something we missed.
good stuff.
Yes, it's good.
I actually just learned of another single from Dropkick Murphys called Midfinger.
Oh. Nice.
Okay.
Nothing?
I've only just learned about it,
Oh, okay.
so I'm just
Breaking news. Ron just found out that there's a song out. Not Ron Bruce. Shit.
Excuse
Holy
me.
shit.
Excuse me, what's my name?
I don't know.
Who have you been sleeping with?
Okay.
Wow.
But you guys will be listening to that.
If I'm sleeping
you
with
worry.
anyone in this room, that's news to me.
Speaking of news,
News.
do we have anything for news?
Daft Punk, which I'm sure if anybody who's in the who or lives in the music industry in the way we do, to any capacity, then you already know that Daft Punk are calling it quits after 28 fucking years, which is mind blowing. I went on Twitter the other day and I saw it trending and I'm like, oh, why is this trending? Oh,
It's sad to see it happen, but it has to happen eventually.
this is true.
They can't make music forever. I mean, they probably can, but they probably don't want to make music like that forever.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see if they're gonna do anything else music related, but just not with each other. They might do solo stuff. They might collab with other artists or like produce other artists, which would be cool.
That would be cool.
But yeah, there's that. What is it? Bruce Springsteen, who got charged with the DUI.
I did not hear about this.
I think it was Springsteen, and I don't remember who. So let me double check.
They
it.
can't charge the boss with a DUI. Like, there's certain rules you can't just charge the boss with a DUI. Like,
I think it
Actually,
was,
looking up some news, it's funny. The Daft Punk sales soar about 2,650% after they break up.
I mean,
it
2,500% more than usual
yeah.
after news.
That old saying of like an artist's worth goes up more when they're dead also flies in a context when musicians stop making music.
Mm-hmm.
to the point where rappers retire every week.
Right.
Like,
And then still drop a
actually,
mixtape later.
they kind of stopped doing that. Because I guess people got tired of hearing everybody talk about retirement and then not retiring.
Right.
But
Black Sabbath.
Nicki Minaj.
That her too.
Anyway,
And yet, yes, it was Springsteen that got charged with a DUI.
It was, yes.
Dan, they charged the boss with a DUI.
They
The
actually,
audacity.
well, they had taken down the Jeep ad from the Super Bowl because of it, and then his DUI was actually dropped. So, yeah, that was 3 hours ago too.
Oh, that was 3 hours.
3 hours ago. As
Breaking
of
news.
this recording, they dropped the DUI charge.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I found out Megadeth's Dave Mustaine. Right, that's how you say that, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I didn't fuck up his name, but I fucked up the band somehow. Is partnering with Gibson
Ooh.
and launching his own line of Gibson guitars.
Yo, that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, me being a slight guitar enthusiast, I thought that news was interesting.
Which means the price of Gibson, which is already high, is just gonna go even higher.
Christ.
They really are. Don't get me wrong. They make great guitars, but they're expensive.
Yeah.
They're
Just stupid prices. It starts off at $3,000
for a basic.
for a basic Gibson. $3,000.
Yeah.
Like,
That's with no extra pickups, no like extra finish, no extra pedals or anything like that.
no.
That's
Damn.
just a basic starting Gibson guitar.
And it normally it's about one humbucker or one single coil. Like, it's not even like a dual humbucker setup. Like, it's either like a bridge or a neck coil.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking crazy.
Mind you, that's a 6-string.
Yeah.
That's not a 7 or an 8. That's a 6-string.
The yeah, you can get a Fender Strat. They start at like $1,600.
Yeah. So for about half the price, you can get the same thing.
Well, no, it's not the same thing. They have different sounds.
No, I mean the same thing in terms of like what they come with.
I'm talking about quality of guitar.
Oh, I know. But
That's
like,
what I'm talking about. Like, quality level.
you get the same like setup in a sense in terms of like what it provides with like pickups and stuff for roughly have the same price with Fender, and then price comes quality, but still like a good way to a better investment for starting out would to not be with Gibson unless you're hellbent. But it is what it is.
So Metallica's long storied career of being censored by everybody for
It's
no
now- it's
goddamn
now
good
been brought-
reason.
Twitch. I heard about this.
Oh,
They were playing a live show on Twitch.
and it got,
DMCA kicked in so bad that the entire stream, in the process of it happening, was muted because they got copyright stricken for their own goddamn music.
Yeah, they played, according to this article, they played some cheesy music over the Metallica live performance for BlizzCon.
mm-hmm.
And it got muted because DMCA is
man.
that bad on Twitch.
No, that's fucking funny.
Yeah, the irony. And just it shows how bad that structure is for DMCA.
But I mean, we're talking about a band that, like,
It's been
it
around since the 70s.
Seems like no matter what, they're getting censored.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what it is. Like, I remember they did a live performance for like the Grammys or some shit,
And they got censored for that.
and like they sat there and they cut off the lead singer's mic and had Katy Perry, I think it was, sing the whole fucking song. And it was a Metallica fucking song.
Oh, I remember that.
Like, what the
She did a good job. But like,
But-
why?
Yeah, but this is the first I've heard of it. But why?
Exactly.
Don't get me wrong, she did a very good job.
But
But why would you go so far?
they have a long storied career of like dealing with bullshit for like no good reason.
Yeah, and they're no longer part of the Big Four either, which is also weird.
What?
Yeah,
Who did they replace Metallica with?
they didn't. It's now the Big Three.
It's the big three.
Yeah, as far as I know, it's the Big
Who
Three.
did they put in there? It's not Metallica.
Right now, I don't think they. Like I said, I don't.
Who's the big three? I just want to know.
I can't remember. It was Megadeth, Slayer, Metallica, and Anthrax were the Big Four.
Yeah,
And
they were the big four.
and they dropped Metallica out of the Big Four. So now it's just Anthrax, Megadeth, and Slayer. Which makes no... I don't know how that came about. I didn't read into it, but I remember seeing that.
All right, so for someone like me that doesn't know what the hell you're talking about, what is...
They're the Big Four of thrash metal.
Oh, okay.
That came out of the 70s and the 80s.
Okay.
My introduction to thrash metal was Metallica. Like,
Right.
so
was mine.
Like,
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, it was Metallica and Slipknot that I listened to before hockey games. Wonder why my name got spray painted in a penalty box. Anyway,
This has been Egg's therapist segment.
we need noise for that. Anyway,
Oh, okay.
Oh.
That is all the news that I know of.
I've got nothing else.
that's what I seen that stood out to me. Outside of the Daft Punk thing that you covered. Oh, and Kim Kardashian's leaving Kanye West.
Surprise, surprise.
All those shocked, please make noise now. Wow, Ron, how do we ruin it? Anyway,
Wow, only one person is surprised.
No, it's part of the... Well, I mean, I'm sure someone was.
I was not.
No, I was not either.
Then why'd you make noise, Ron?
It was part of the bit.
You failed.
All right.
We make jokes now.
We always make jokes.
Somehow we have... I was going to say somehow we have humor.
Homer.
We need to step up our shit if we're a comedy podcast. That's all I'm saying.
You have a point.
Like, man, I gotta work on this. God damn.
But after news, that leads us into our stuff we've been listening to in the meantime. Our intermittent music.
All right. I've listened to basically nothing but power metal today.
Oh, that's nothing new.
Well, yeah, I know.
Anything stood out? Anything?
What specifically?
Yes.
A lot of Sabaton.
Okay.
A lot of Dragon Force.
So the standard.
And Power Wolf, Brothers of Metal.
Okay.
A lot of the good bands.
I've been on a shine down kick lately, so I don't know, and I don't know why. I've just been on a shine down kick lately for the past like equivalent of a week. So it's specifically the Threat to Survival album, and I don't know why. And then a couple of my defaults, but that's about it. It's a lot of shine down.
Another thing I've been listening to in the past week is a lot of Neil Cicerega.
Oh no.
It's always fun to just put that on with people that don't understand what's happening. And it's just like, it's great because there are so many just different
It's that
mashups
guy.
that it starts off one way where you're just
That
like,
guy.
oh yeah, this is that wonderful song I know, Eye of the Tiger. And then it's just like, why are all the words replaced with tiger? It's just so fun to put on, and then people are just like, what is happening?
Where did we go?
It's like I was playing it. I was helping my
This
sister
is
paint
how
her
it was
house.
actually recorded. You didn't know?
this is the cut version.
It's funny because sometimes I'll take the album and I'll throw the regular songs in there so no one can really tell.
Right.
Oh my god.
And
It's like did we
So the second someone starts paying attention, what the fuck?
yeah,
did we take the left at Albuquerque or did we
the
miss
thing
it?
is because they're edited so well and mashed together so well that you can't tell if you're not paying attention. Then it's not how they're supposed to be unless you know exactly what the song goes and you're like, wait a second.
This isn't right.
Because I was helping my sister paint her house and it was me and my family. We were all painting. I threw that on. My mom was like, why does it sound like there's 3 different songs going on right now? And it's just like,
Because there is.
that's just what it is.
Bells.
So, it's always so good because off of his newest album, one of my favorites, I can't remember exactly which song it is originally, but like it's got the start in.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember exactly what song it was, but it starts off with a guy just picking the guitar a little bit, and it's just like, oh yeah, there's the quick riff, but he just keeps going for way too long. That one's always funny.
What about you?
How about you, Ed?
I haven't really been listening to much, really, outside of what's been coming out. So, I was honestly trying to find more things to talk about during the normal segment of the show. So, yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I haven't been listening to anything that I've heard prior.
I mean, the upside to that is that, well, generally what we talk about here is good music, so.
Yeah, this week for sure, yes.
So, I mean, that's always the plus.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're not listening to a whole lot, and it's just, like, relevant, it's still good. So, yeah, I mean, I've just been in shine down mode, don't know why. But, I'm sure that'll drop at some point, and I'll be on something else.
Now we can talk about some upcoming albums.
Yes.
Dude, we have the upcoming albums.
I have them
do.
ready.
I already know which one I'm talking about next week.
All right.
Alright, so I can start us off. So for some EDM releases, we got a bunch of EPs.
Ha! Oh.
What a shock there. EDM with EPs?
Who could have seen that
What?
coming? She is dropping Perilous Analysis. Core T is dropping Mona Lisa. Dark Chanel is dropping NR1.
Okay.
Eldon is dropping Culture Vulture.
I like that title.
That is a very cool title. Event Horizon is dropping Swindler. Chicky is dropping Alchemist. New Tone is dropping Little Spaces. That's an album.
Oh.
Pixel Terror is dropping Artillery.
Ooh.
That one I'm excited for.
Yes.
Rel is dropping Fantasy. Riffa is dropping All For You. Robin Scholes, it's Four Eyes, and that's the album. Simula is dropping Prodigium. Skybreak is dropping Lumina. Toll Room House Party Volume 5 is coming out as well. And then...
Oh, you got a long list this week.
Yeah, and then, speaking of the Dropkick Murphys from earlier, coming out April 30th, they're dropping the new album.
Okay.
Dropkick Murphys is going to be holding a live stream show on St. Patrick's Day.
Okay. And I assume.
Will it be on Twitch?
Probably not.
Why not?
Gee, I wonder why, Ed.
Twitch is a great place to stream live music.
Nah.
They won't all.
Oh, get the stream.
They won't do it.
It's like I'm watching a Dropkick Murphys live stream and I'm listening to the ABCs.
Oh God.
Oh my god.
I can see that too.
Oh god, that sounds terrible.
All right. What is it? So, Currency is dropping Collection Agency.
These are all slated for the 25th or 26th. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Making sure.
Who is it? Apparently Denzel Curry and Kenny Beats are dropping Unlocked 1.5. Who is it? Oh, Young Buck is dropping Back on My Bullshit. Oh, Back on My Buck Shit.
Ah.
Ooh.
Volume 3.
I see what they did there.
See what he did? Young Buck. All right, back to Hip Hop DX. Let's see. Casey Veggies is dropping Customized Greatly 5. Chester Watson. This is slated for the 27th, so that'd be the Saturday?
27th, yeah, Saturday.
And that's 1997. And Cocash is dropping Finna Change My Name to the Hardest.
Okay.
It's gonna change his name to the goddamn hardest! And the best you can say is okay.
I need Bruce's help on this one because I have.
All right, I'll read it off for you.
There's another one on
There's a Scandinavian disease that you don't know the name of?
because it's in German.
Oh, you talking about?
It's a German Scandinavian disease?
You talking about Anneke van Giersbergen?
Yes, and there's another
Dropping
one.
The Darkest Skies Are the Brightest, and also Einherjar dropping Dragons of the North re-release and North Star.
Yes, thank you.
All right. If you have any trouble with pronunciation, I somehow know how to speak other languages.
So thank you, because I was gonna fuck that up.
Normally
royally.
turn to him when I can't pronounce something. Good to know. Shit.
I know some German.
I've been turning to the wrong person.
When it comes to another language, then I am not your man. But anyway, so other than those, dropping on the 26th for what I have, I also have Alice Cooper dropping Detroit Stories.
Okay.
Not interested
Wow.
because I don't really care for Alice Cooper.
But what about his Stories of Detroit?
Maybe.
Okay.
So
So it's a maybe from him.
Architects with For Those That Wish to Exist, which is what I'm giving you guys.
Yeah.
Like, that's a definite.
I read that and
That's
I
an
figured that's what we're getting.
That's an automatic. So I'm just giving you guys Architects.
You probably would have got that from me if nothing good dropped.
Probably.
I probably would have dropped that as well. To be
All right,
honest.
unanimous.
Yeah.
The only album we're talking about next week.
Yeah. Just
Architects.
hey, what's good is good,
Yeah.
and what is good is also good.
Wise words from Ed.
The wise word segment.
Bonfire is dropping Roots. Culted is dropping Nous. Whatever. It might be Noose because it's an O. It's an OU. It might be a weird pronunciation of that. And Imperium is dropping Uber Den Sternen. We have Epica dropping Omega, which that is familiar and I don't know why. I think it didn't drop, but it was initially supposed to.
Probably.
Evergrey is dropping Escape of the Phoenix.
Rise of the Phoenix.
No.
What do you mean no?
Carballs is dropping Contra.
Car balls?
Carballs.
Oh,
Carballs.
okay.
We have Creator dropping Under the Guillotine box set. Melvin's 1983 dropping Working with God.
1983 would be Working with God. For God is 1983. He's always watching us.
That's 1984.
God damn it! Fuck!
Mephistopheles, I believe is how this one's pronounced, which is with A Path of Black EP.
Tefeli's doing meth? I didn't know Tefeli was on meth. God damn.
Moonspell is dropping Hermitage. No FX. Yes.
No FX.
No FX.
No FX?
Is dropping single album. It's titled Single Album.
Oh my god.
It's titled Single Album.
That's going to be confusing to look at
It's
later.
No FX. Have you heard their song Bob?
Or Dinosaurs Will Die.
I probably have.
Dinosaurs Will Die is the only song that I actually know because it was on Motocross. But anyway, it's a good song. I'm going to check this out just because I'm curious as hell because it's no FX.
Yes.
Of Mice and Men is coming out with the full release of the Timeless EP.
Am I going to have any rap to fucking talk about next week?
Probably not.
Welcome to the metal episode. Last week was the 70s. This week?
Nothing but metal.
Ominous Ruin is dropping Amidst Voices That Echo in Stone. Summoning the Lich with United in Chaos. And Terminal Bliss with Brute Errata.
Brute erotica? What?
No.
Just errata.
Errata.
Oh, okay. My bad.
So yeah, and that is what I have for
Nice.
26. And like I said, I have Architects.
Okay.
So yeah, I do believe that is going to wrap up episode 34 of the Music Shack podcast.
Nice.
Very good week overall. I'm definitely excited to see what happens next week. More so in the sense that like I said, I already know what I'm giving you guys, but I'm Pixel Terror. Yes, Pixel Terror. So I have a feeling I know what Bruce is gonna give us. And then Ed, if you can find something.
Yo,
We may end up getting the no FX album.
yo, Buck is dropping an album. Did you not hear that?
Oh my god.
So's Casey Veggies, aight?
Casey Veggies.
I don't even know who that is.
Is that a-
Shout out to Casey Veggies. Creative name.
Is that a produce store?
No, that is someone dropping
Sounds like it.
customized Great Leaf 5.
Okay.
So, should be interesting.
Alright.
Alright.
Yeah.
Oh shit, we're in the middle of wrapping this up, aren't we?
Yes,
Yeah.
we are.
God damn it. Who did this? Alright, anyway.
Well, you put on the ending. You put on the
so-
music, and I kind of went into it. So.
Well, I figured that's where we were because I didn't think we
Yeah.
had anything else to talk about.
No, that's why personally I started the wrap up. Now it's
And
your
now I'm
bit.
rambling. Yeah.
Yes.
As always, player, one love. If you live somewhere safe where you can safely, or if you're vaccinated, mosh and rave responsibly.
Yes, because there's
Yes.
a thing now.
That is a thing now, motherfuckers! Woo! I need to go get vaccinated.
Yes.
I'm thinking about
Yes.
Anyway, we will see you guys next week, and we hope you tune in.
Yep.
it. I gotta take my damn tinfoil hat off first. One of those people.
I forgot to plug the Twitter. Fuck.
Do it.
Also, follow us on Music Check Pod on Twitter.
Wow. Bruce's line? You just stole Bruce's line?
Yes.
I mean, that works.
This is all staying to
I'm also stealing your job with the mic.
He's
So-
stealing our
You're not gonna
jobs.
steal my job here, though.
No, you're not. You're right. I'm not. Like, it's
The bass overkill? That is my job.
You're right. It is.
Like, my job.
I mean, I can do that with my
That's
truck.
the only
It's a
thing he
different
does.
What's up with it?
I heard that was crazy as
story.
hell.
Yeah, I did too.
Oh, that was cool as hell.
Anyway. Enjoy the noise.
Enjoy the noise.